So, as we all know, Chase won Talladega. Um, I got to see like the first two stages and a little bit of the final stage before I had to go to work. Um, I was listening to it, then they went to the red flag with like 5 laps to go. So I had turned off my phone. I'm like, this is gonna take a while, maybe, because there's a red flag. Usually, it takes a while. Um, I go do get some work done, as much as I could. Come back about 20, 30 minutes later, or an hour later. I don't even remember how long it was, but I went back into the office, looked at my phone. Like, my phone was blowing up. Like, people were sending me messages and, like, going on my Facebook and Twitter. Oh my god, it was like madness. And then I looked at the results of the race. I was like, I literally screamed and was jumping up and down. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, like there's no freaking way he just won this race. Like, last I saw, he was in fifth. I'm like, okay, maybe we're not gonna win this, so I don't know. But for like the majority of the race, I was so proud of Chevy finally working together and getting against the Fords to like throw them off. I feel like that entire race they threw the Fords off their game. They were making mistakes and we were forcing them to make mistakes, and those final laps I'll get to in a second. Like the caution and stuff like that, which people would think was a little shady, but I have to explain that to you. Um, on that final like restart, Kurt made that move to move with um, Logano to the outside lane, which was never gonna get going to begin with because he knew that, and he took Logano with him. Well, Logano went, and he was just like, Kurt just moved with him behind him, which slowed Logano down because that outside lane never got going the entire race. Um, so the bottom lane was where it was at, and Chevy's teamed up the entire race. Like, Hendrick was near the front majority of the race. Like, we had Chevy on the pole for RCR, and then we had a Chevy with Germain Racing, which is affiliate to RCR. Um, Ty Dillon won stage one, which was the second stage win of the season. Um, Chase won stage two, and then Chase ended up winning the race, which I didn't know how it was. I'm like, so how's the final restart played out? There were a couple Fords up near the front. Um, from what I saw, it was Ricky Stenhouse and Joey Logano. We when and Kyle Busch was in the mix as well. He was like one of the only Toyotas that was up there because Toyota doesn't have many cars in the field to begin with. They have like just a handful, and they all got shuffled back. We got Logano to get shuffled back, like where he finished like fourth or fifth, and because Kurt went with Logano and that dropped him back, but that propelled Chase from behind Kurt to with Bowman and Priest and Hemrick like to go past and get that bottom line going. So Chase went and regained the lead with Bowman behind him, and then two rookies, Priest and Hemrick, who got their best finishes like ever, and Bowman got his career best finish. Like, if the race had gone green to the end, I felt like Bowman would have had a really good run on Chase. But since that, here's where the controversy comes in. Like, Stenhouse wrecked on his own, smacked the wall in what got off the racing surface. Now Scar makes the call whether there's like the driver's injured, or um, if the cars are going to come around to that specific area to race and he's in the way. Um, they People thought they waited to throw the caution like when that wreck happened. Like we didn't know that wreck was going to happen. Like that huge wreck with Byron and Reagan and Larson and Earnhardt. Um, um, so we all thought that the caution came out based on that alone, but according to like NASCAR officials, they waited to see how it would play out because they want to see how like the race to go try to get all the way to the end without throwing a caution, because there was like really no need to throw a caution for Stenhouse unless there was like debris on the track, which that's why they called the caution, was for that debris Stenhouse left on the track. So they did not hesitate. They just wanted things to play out, but they didn't throw the caution based on that wreck. They were going to throw the caution before that wreck even happened. So, and people were like bitching him on. It's like they waited, throw the caution so Chase could win. This, I'm like, either way, if they threw the caution for Stenhouse, which they did, like at the time that he made the impact, Chase would still have won the race because they had taken the white flag, and any flag after that freezes the field, freezes the field, and that's the end of the race right there. And they just go back to start finish line and to the yellow checker flag. Um, so like, so people don't even think before they speak half the time when it comes to these cautions. Um, and people are like, Bowman won and this and that. I'm like, no, watch the freaking footage. At the time of caution, Chase was a full car length ahead of his teammate. So that means Chase won the race, regardless if they threw the caution right when Stenhouse wrecked or with that wreck happening behind him. Regardless, he still would have won the race if whether it was the caution that came out for Stenhouse or that huge one with Byron, Larson, Earnhardt, and like Reagan and stuff like that. And props to like the safety crews and people who build those cars, because that wreck with Larson like looked like it went on forever. That flip like went like looked like 8 or 9 times. I'm like, what is this gonna like? Hello, I'm just glad he's okay. I'm not a fan of his, but I just personally I don't want to see drivers get hurt. That's just what I don't want. But anyway, back to a positive note. Chevy destroyed the weekend. We got Chevy on the pole for the Xfinity race. Chevy won the Xfinity race. Um, Chevy won the pole for the Cup race. Chevy won stages 1, 2, and won the race. So, and finally Chevy got their shit together and started working together and outsmarted the Fords. So, and but regardless, Chase won his 4th career race. 4 different, like, to me it's 4 different sponsors because they're like 4 different paint schemes, but I say it's like 4 different cars, like sponsors, because he won with Mountain Dew, Sun Energy, Mountain Dew, Napa, his primary, and like Little Caesars / Mountain Dew, but still, that's Little Caesars was like the main sponsor for Chase because they're a sponsor for him. So that's like 4 different sponsors right there, and 4 different car schemes, 4 different tracks. So we had like Kansas, we had Watkins Glen, Dover, and now Talladega, his very first super speedway win. Like Chase has been trying so hard to win on either Talladega or Daytona but they've always bit him in the ass because he had only like two top tens on like in Talladega. Because everyone else's stupidity would cause like a wreck, or he's just been in the wrong place, wrong time, or just I don't know. But like yesterday, he came back from a pit road penalty, like pit road speeding penalty, and like some damage to the front end of his car, but from like the jack coming down. But they came back, they killed it, won stage 2. It was just a good momentum for Team Hendrick. Like it sucked for Byron because he was running well too. He got some stage points, finishing, I believe, third. Like Hendrick got 1, 2, 3 in stage 2, which was awesome. And then Chevy like got finished 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end of the race. So that's pretty cool. My opinion, and I'm against some Baja Blast. And it's like anytime Chase wins or whatever, I have a couple cans of these the day after the race, so I couldn't have any yesterday because I was at work and I didn't know Chase was gonna win that race. So, um, there was an ARCA race and Todd Gilliland won that, and the spotter for him was Chase's spotter in the Cup Series, Eddie DeHaan. And so he won that race with Todd. Eddie DeHaan was like busy this weekend. He did the Xfinity Series too. I think he was with Justin Allgaier. I don't remember, but I think that was it. And then one today, since like Chevy's finally put their egos aside and was like, okay, let's go. And Chase's dad won like the day before, which was pretty cool. So that's why he wasn't there at the track. He won at like Road America in like some like Legends car or something like that, or like anyway. Chase's mom was there, his grandmother was there, his doggy was there, so that was pretty cool. It was the first super speedway win for like plate track for Alan Gustafson, his crew chief. His 24th win as a crew chief with Hendrick Motorsports. Hendrick has 13 total wins at Talladega and 27 overall on, I think, restrictor plate tracks or super speedways. So just the sixth winner of the season after 10 races. And currently like 6th to 7th in the standings right now. So that's good. We have momentum on our side now. We're going into one of our best tracks at Dover. It's never guaranteed, but he still runs extremely well there no matter when we go. He always runs well there. So, props to that team. Props to Chevy for getting their heads out of their asses. What was I gonna say? And to the haters, just to shut up and to let the Elliott fans and just NASCAR fan base enjoy this victory that Chevy desperately needed. Someone other than Penske and JGR won. So please be happy about that. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, people are saying it's rigged for Chase to win. And this, I'm like, no. Chase has always been a good plate racer, or super speedway racer, and it was just bound to happen at one point. So I'm happy for him, and I scared some of my like coworkers because I was screaming, I was jumping up and down. I was like, oh my god, he won, and I'm like, okay. I can't focus on work now because he won. So I couldn't really rewatch the race until like today, like on my TV. Like I watched like the replay of it last night at the gym, but I needed sound, so other than that, in the last 2 days I've walked, made like did like 2 straight days of cardio. Like I did almost 5 miles on the treadmill at the gym last night, and today me and my mom went power walking. Yes, power walking around our area, about 6-7 miles. I feel like it was about 7 miles. So I did close to 12 to 13 miles in 2 days. So, and I have work tonight and tomorrow, and I get a day off on Wednesday. Thank the Lord. This is my 7th straight day of work. 7th. I'm going crazy. Like going crazy. And I start the process to get my truck this week, hopefully. So because I feel like I'm gonna start looking for another job once I get like I'm gonna start the process like sooner rather than later, and so once I get back from San Diego, I can start like actually pursuing going to get my foot in the door, since now I have being like an assistant manager on my resume, stuff like that. So if like things don't pick up or get better at my work, then I'm going to be possibly leaving. So because it's just honestly it's just unorganized. So and it's just turned into a shit show, to be perfectly honest. So anyway, that's where I'm going tonight. I'm going to work, and I had done laundry like almost a week ago, and I still haven't put my laundry away because I've been that busy and that exhausted. So I'm gonna drink this, brush my. I already brushed my teeth today, so I'm just gonna drink this to go to work soon. And yeah, so hope everyone's gonna have a good start to their week. Enjoy the victory Monday. For Chasey. Sorry. And we'll head into Dover, and we'll see if we can keep that momentum going. It's awesome to get a win early in the season to pick up some stage points, some playoff points, so it'll help us down the road in the playoffs. So we just need to start bringing out these wins, the stage wins, get some stage points, whatever. And this is the 4th straight year Chase is in the playoffs, and 2nd straight year where he's gotten into the playoffs based on a win. So I'm excited. This year is going to be just amazing. The racing has just been amazing. And to people who say the racing has sucked all year, aren't real fans, that's my opinion. So, but anyway, I gotta go. I'm over my time. Gotta finish getting ready because I'm still in my workout pants. So, bye.